you guys did most of the time. Sometimes if he was short on men and if time was running out, he would also throw in a couple extra silver as well to help.
Yeah.
But he was definitely honorable. I mean, you guys definitely know of him being an honorable dwarf.
Okay.
You guys got any questions?
Yeah, you guys ask away. Now is the time, guys. Now is the time.
No, I mean, that pretty much answered it. I mean, unless he hasn't let us in on what the new big plan is, so, either we need to find out or.
And Dave, right now we're actually on the road. We're traveling. We're on horses.
Yep, you're going east on the Tribor Trail.
Okay, so we're actually in movement right now. Like flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop.
You should be
right
around this area right here, Dirt. Right now, you should be on the Tribor Trail right around here, where I'm pegging.
Gotcha.
Did we load the cart, or did someone else load the cart?
No, it was actually already loaded for you guys.
Already loaded?
Yeah.
Was it covered? Is it covered, or is it?
It's somewhat covered. I mean, you guys can look on it if you want. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. Nobody's going to stop you,
Dave, I'm going to go ahead
We're
and
the
I'm going to take the forward position in our party and ride, let's say, a good 20 feet ahead of the rest of the party,
Okay.
cautiously looking to the left and to the right.
You can walk 20, 30 feet ahead because the only thing that you have is you have two oxen that are pretty much pulling the large wagon, and the wagon is not one that can go at a fast pace, especially as much stuff is on this. It just is not going to happen.
Okay,
Just one wagon or two?
There's one. There's one wagon,
Okay.
and you four are the only ones that are with the wagon.
I'm walking
Okay.
20 feet then ahead of the guys.
So
Right.
we're not on the horses weren't provided to us or anything?
No horses or
We're all
anything like
walking.
that. Yep, pretty much.
Does someone have to drive the cart, or are we pulling there's no seat and we gotta pull the oxen behind someone of
Yeah,
With a lead.
No, you can. One person can get up on there, and you guys could take turns.
So these are driving oxen, basically.
Pretty much,
They're
yeah.
not,
Oh, I think that would definitely be me, because, I'm really old. I can't really do all the walking, so.
Oh!
Gandalf.
I love it.
Would you like that wheelchair that Vay was asking for earlier?
So,
That'd be quite nice, yeah.
What wheelchair are you indicating? Because you ain't taking mine.
Yes.
hopefully Wednesday, I think we're going to have an interview with Stephen Hawking, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Hawking, right?
Yes, that is very correct.
Thank you. And we'll be talking Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesday night, correct, Mr. Hawkins?
Indeed.
Very good. Well, I will see you Wednesday, Mr. Hawking. Thanks for stopping by. TeamSpeak, I appreciate it.
Yep. I'll see you some other time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Hawking.
Oh, God.
That is not Stephen Hawking, guys. That is Zerker. But yes, there's going to be an interview with our version of Stephen Hawking. It's going to be great.
Stop bullying me.
You know we're all going to hell for this, right?
You guys are all meanies.
Oh, you're back, Mr. Hawking.
I haven't left.
Yeah.
I'll leave now. Stop talking shit about me. God damn it.
See you later.
Peace.
All right. So where were we at? That just totally sidetracked me. Anybody else want to ask anything about the goods of the wagon or anything about the journey?
Nope, all's glass clear.
Yeah. Just,
That
I guess,
Stephen
chatting up
Hawking's a
with...
weird guy.
I mean,
He's
we
a...
would
Gundren.
trust Gundren, so there would probably not be no reason for me to search the wagon.
Yeah, and actually you guys kind of reciprocate that as well. You have that same type of feeling because you guys are pretty much the only ones that he hired most of the time. So I mean, you guys pretty much, he trusts you guys. And you guys could tell that. He wouldn't have you do a dozen or so jobs if he didn't.
Okay. I think that's all I need.
Yeah, I'm just chatting it up with Gundren on the cart while we're going. So.
So you're just hanging out on the cart, huh?
Yeah, I'm learning how business works in this world and stuff. So
Oh.
I will be bringing up the rear, and I'm assuming that Alvadur would be with me too. I don't know. I'm not sure. So Alvadur would have to do whatever he
by your
wants.
side.
Lazar's on the cart, and Dirt's ahead, right?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Or are you skulking through the woods there, Albert?
No, I'm
Oh,
right
we're good.
beside you in the trunk.
Okay. What's the weather like right now?
The weather's been pretty good, actually.
Okay.
It hasn't
And
been
the
rainy
road's
or
kind of
miserable.
clear, solid, and it's not muddy or anything. We're not having any problems with the cart.
No, it's actually been super easy. It's almost been been too easy, actually.
Alright, guess we continue our travel.
In our previous adventures, we came up with a lot of raids on the carts for these.
Well, you guys have really never had any trouble because you've never had to travel the Tribor Trail before. So, but you do
Right.
know,
I'm just saying in previous.
word of mouth, yeah, you know that there are assassins and other problems along this road.
Okay. So I'd have a very watchful eye from just previous experience and the rumor.
Okay. Dirt, what about you? What do you want to know? Anything at all?
Nope. I'm pretty good, man. I'm just I'm being the knight. I'm standing in the front, taking the front position, and keeping an eye left to right into the wood line to see if I see any movement or anything like that.
Okay.
Protecting my guys.
All right. So I'm gonna put you guys on a. So you guys are traveling, and the time of day is it's afternoonish, middle afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m. Now, you've been on the Tribor Trail for half of the day, and as you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses that are sprawled out about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. They're literally blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it as well. You also know that the woods are starting to go into a narrow alleyway of sorts, which press close together both ends of the trail. And on each side of you, there are steep embankments and dense thicket on each side of the road. Now I'm going to put you on a new map that I have, actually. So first off, you guys put your tokens where you guys describe to me where you're going to be. Okay. I love it. I love it how Telendris is up there. I got to start calling you Lazar. Is it Lazar or Lezer?
Lazar.
Lazar? Alright. I'll just call you
Yeah.
Lezer. Lazar. Alright. So Lazar, you're up on the cart. Dirt's 20 feet, just like he was talking about. And Rogar and Arvaldir, you guys are following up the rear. So you guys can see that there is thick brush on all sides of you. I mean, that is literally no way to pass through that. I mean, you could force your way through it, but it would be difficult terrain. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be able to fight in there. I mean, this is really thick brush. And it hasn't been, the road hasn't been this enclosed around you. So when you do come around the corner, the 50 feet ahead of you, you do see that there are several dead horses. And I guess, Dirt, you probably would stop the caravan, I'm thinking.
Yeah, Dave, I hold up my hand like, I give the old ranger stop sign holding my hand up, and Then I look back at the guys and I tell them, slow down, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Range
I
At
say,
this time,
I see something up here that doesn't look quite right, guys. Something's happened.
At that, I will get into a defensive stance and
Thanks,
watch the southeast part of my area.
Take a step closer to the brush. Keep an eye out.
Get ready to run. What?
Lay down like a cat and go.
At this, knowing that dirt stopped the caravan like that, I'm gonna take a defensive stance and have my shield and hammer in hand.
All right, Dave. I'm gonna walk up on the dead horses. 5, 10, 15. 30. So I've walked up 30 feet, and I'm basically standing at the edge right there where I see the carnage, and I'm looking around.
Okay. Yeah, there's 2 dead horses. These horses they're definitely dead. They're not breathing. You can see the arrows. They look like a pretty shoddy type of arrow as well, Dirt. You know, not the typical type of arrows that you would find, you know, feathers on arrows like you would find with sort of like a human type of arrow or an elven type of arrow. More of a rough type of, you know, black crow type of feather, spread out, broken. Really not a high quality arrow.
All right, and how much rot do I see on these horses? Is the blood dry? Is the blood wet? Is there rot going on? Is there bloating?
There's definitely a little bit of bloating, but you think it might be past the bloating. Actually, looks like some of the horses have actually been scavenged as well by scavengers.
Okay, so I look back at. Are there any of the guys going to come forward at all, or?
Why don't you give me a perception check, Dirt?
Okay. Perception is right. Hold on. I don't have everything memorized.
Take a break.
Thank you. Perception for me is +2.
All right,
And
so,
yeah,
they're just a couple horses. You don't, just by first glance, just as you approach, you don't notice anything else except for, you know, the crappy arrows pretty much, and it looks like some of the horse has actually been eaten as well. It's actually it's past the point of bloating, probably because it's been scavenged.
So I look back at the party and I say, "Be on your guard, boys. There looks like there's been some arrow play up here."
We're like, what'd you find up there?
A couple of dead horses with arrows sticking in them. Or
Oh.
beasts. But it looks like they've been dead for a while, but we should still be on our guard.
Remember, you're shouting this 60 feet.
Yeah, whatever. We're
Roleplay
in the
that
woods,
part.
dude. We got a horse car with us if they didn't hear us coming. You know what I mean?
Do you need help?
No, but you can advance forward. Just be careful.
No, I
So I
think I'll
rolled-
stay right here in the cart.
Suggest to Lazar that we move
The players can't hear me.
slowly, and I'm going to keep my head on a swivel.
I rolled an 18 stealth check for the goblins, so they're
I'm
definitely
going to keep my head on a
considering
bobble.
they're going to have advantage on attacks. That's going to be bad for the party
Dave,
because their
as
passive
they
perceptions are not
advance
18.
up to me, I'm going to actually go up to the horses
Okay.
and search them. Ooh, hey now.
As you can
And the
see,
horse.
they only have 10, 11,
I'm
12,
going to go up
and
to the
13.
horses and search them.
They're definitely hidden. That's for sure.
Can we have
All
control of the cart, Dave? Cart.
You do not have. Do you want to move the cart up? Because I can move the cart and horses up
Yes.
if you'd like. Where would you like to move them?
We'd like to move them up probably about 30 feet. Would be an average movement. in
30,
6
20, yeah.
seconds,
Would that be
Ooh.
a good spot, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I could definitely move the cart up for you.
I feel a little better now, yeah.
All right. So, Dirt, you said you wanted to check basically the dead horse.
Yeah.
All right. So as you get up, you notice that there are still saddles. Actually the saddles are even though they're not represented physically on the horse, there are saddles on them, and it looks like the saddlebags have been looted. There's some small scraps of paper, a couple copper coins lying around, but you do notice that near one of the horses there is a empty leather map case. And there are the initials GR on this scroll case, this map case. GR,
Well, I'm writing down something.
Gundren Rockseeker. Aha.
Okay, I'm gonna open up the map case and look in it and blow down in it just to make sure there's nothing in there that I'm not seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely empty.
Okay. And then I'm going to look at the saddles. Now, do these saddles look like a saddle just a normal basic tradesperson would have? Or do they look more of a saddle that more of a noble, richer person would have?
Well, on the one horse that is a little bit smaller, actually, you do notice that it does say Gundren on the saddle. But seeing that you did fail your perception check, because I was going to let you notice off the bat if the horses, if you notice who the horses belong to. But now that you've actually seen that Gundren is on the saddle, that now it comes to you that holy shit, this is Gundren's, and the mysterious human guy, the human warrior that you had met as well, the human knight, which was named Sildar. You notice that these are the horses that they rode off on as they left Neverwinter, leaving you with the cart.
Hey Dave, we saw them leave, right?
Yeah, you definitely saw them leave, and
okay.
So they left before us and then said, "Follow us up with the cart."
Correct. Yeah, you guys, all of the supplies were not there yet, so that's why you guys had to, wait till the next morning.
We were delayed.
Yeah, so they left. They were definitely you guys were on foot with the cart. They were basically riding. And plus, you guys were able to get on the cart as well and travel, get a little bit of sleep as well. So, but there's just not a whole lot of room to do that. So Dirt would be up on, be up there with Talindros, and he'd be leaning over on Talindros, kind of, snuggling up to him.
Lizard.
Lizard. I got to think, lizard.
All right, so I look back at the guys and I say, "Oh, hell, guys. Looks like we may not get paid very well for this mission after all."
What did you say?
What's going on?
These would appear... This would appear to be Gundren's horse that I'm standing next to. And his map case appears to be empty. With the arrows and the lack of any people, I think we may have a problem.
Talindros. Or not Talindros. God, Dave, you got me doing. Over here. Check the surroundings. See if you can see the bodies.
Yeah, no spoilers,
bodies
guys.
around.
Please, no spoilers. And plus, I don't do everything by the module anyway. So, if you're expecting everything to the point,
and I'm going
it's not going to
rush
happen.
up there now, Dave, too.
Okay.
Do a perception check and check the woods, like around.
Okay.
Wagon
Give me a perception roll.
You did. I just did.
Okay.
11.
Yeah, everything looks good. Remember, I had an 18 stealth check.
Alright, guys, everything
so-
seems fine over in the woods.
I would suggest doing a search around where the horses are, because if they got mauled and pushed, they wouldn't really be back that far. They'd be near the horses, probably.
True. I'd like to do another one. See if I see any trails, drag marks, or anything closer to the horse.
Alright, so just as everyone gets up to the horses and everyone starts to investigate, all of a sudden, all around you, the bushes explode, and you notice that 4 goblins bursts out of the bushes around you. And even though you checked the bushes and everything, Arvaldir, these goblins must have been super concealed in the shrubbery because you did not know that they were even there. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got advantage on 4 attacks. And I have 2 goblins that are charging up, bursting out of the bush. This first goblin here. Alright. We'll move up and attack Orvaldir. I will attack with advantage because he had concealment. The goblin has a +4. You notice that they are wielding scimitars as well. So Orvaldir, that is a 22 versus armor class.
That's a hit.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a nice
Turns
roll.
this-
Better him than me is what I'm thinking.
Alright, so you go ahead and you take max damage, 8 slashing damage.
Oh boy.
And
Wow.
he's down.
It appears that Orvaldir is in
Bloody.
a definitely weakened status. He is in a weakened status now. Alright. So over here, to your right, another goblin bursts, and this is all happening simultaneously as well.
Right.
So there is also a goblin which is right here. I'm pinging the map. He does emerge as well, and he shoots at the cleric. And you can hear that these goblins are screaming, and you really cannot understand what they're saying, for the most part, unless you speak a certain
Actually,
language, so.
yeah, Dave, I speak Goblin, so
Okay, well I will send you a tell in just a minute. So I have advantage on this roll as well, and this one is firing a short bow at you, and that is a +4 to hit. 22 versus armor class on the cleric.
That is awesome.
You take a total of 4 piercing damage. Now, back here in the rear as well, several more goblins emerge. Now, I'm going to put one is out here behind you to your right hand side, and this is I mean for Lazar. So Lazar, you hear actually on both sides of you, behind you, you can hear this type of high-pitched squealing and gibberish that you don't understand unless you speak Goblinoid, which I don't
That
think you do.
I do not.
No, you don't. So, all right. So I have advantage on the roll back here as well, and I'm gonna take that attack on you. You're sitting pretty high up, so
Yeah.
they can definitely see you. However, I am gonna give you cover. So I'm gonna give them a -2 because of the cover.
Okay.
And they miss you. An arrow zings directly by your head as you turn around at the same time. So as soon as you turn your head, you see like a flash just whiz by you. And now on the left-hand side, you can hear footsteps running up to you. And I'll put this guy up on the map now. All right. So over here, as you can see where I'm pinging, this goblin does start to charge the cart. Alright. Actually, that was all of his movement, so... Yep. He's going to reach up on the cart and attack. '18 on armor class. And he is using a scimitar against you.
Nasty. Okay, yeah, that's a...
You take a total of 7 slashing damage.
Alright, I'm down.
Do you really go down?
Yes, I'm down. I'm not joking.
Alright, well you are at 0 hit points. And we're going to do in this game like I did in the game last night. And you have your... It's called life or death, guys. When you guys are down at 0 hit points, this is called life or death. The death is pretty much your death saving throws, and that is represented by the skull. And the life is the angels. So every time you guys make a death saving throw, it goes to 1 or 1 or 2 or 1 or whatever. So, wow. So Just as you turn back around, you see a bright, shiny weapon that stabs you in your gut, and then all of a sudden you just darken out. You blacken out. So you don't even get to cast a wild magic surge, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Round of applause, everybody.
All right. So these goblins definitely had advantage. They took advantage of the situation, guys. It looks like you guys were set up for a trap. All right. So let's go ahead and roll initiative, everyone. Goblins have an initiative of +2. I do separate initiative rolls as well, folks, that are watching.
-1. Nice.
Warwick. Oh
my
my
God.
My first one was 0, actually, so... Because I get rolled a 2.
And that one's so
Didn't
quick.
realize it was...
So, good game, guys. I mean, it's over before I got started. Oh my god, so the goblins all get to go first again, huh? Alright. So we're back up to this goblin here that just shot you.
Dave, mine should be 0, just to let you know.
Yeah, no problem. We'll just
And
make
I
it a
don't
1.
see,
Actually, it'll be a 0 because your
Oh,
mom's
the other 2 didn't roll initiative because they're on contract. Because all I see is those are me.
Well, you can roll, but you won't be able to act.
So we're missing Dirt and...
So, Dirt, what did you roll, bud?
There they are. They just...
I rolled a 2, Dave.
Did you really roll 2? Holy shit.
So he goes before me.
GG, party wipe.
So you guys might be rerolling
Yeah.
stats here in just a second. We'll just start this encounter over, right?
Yeah.
We may have to do that, guys. Alright,
Yeah.
so Arvaldir, Lazar, Dirt, and Rogar, you're on. Alright, remember you guys got healing potions too. Everybody started with 2 potions, so...
I'd love to use mine.
So would
Dirt,
I.
you're being attacked. The goblin... actually... No, the goblin that just fired at the cleric is going to fire again. But normal, no advantage or anything like that.
Well, yeah, because I would have turned and put my shield up this time.
And my damage is 1d6 plus 2. So an arrow zings right past you and sticks into the hind quarter of the horse. It was a 7 versus armor class. Arvaldir, you are up now, sir.
Yes.
Here's.
Yes. Yes. Turn around. And I would like to take a swig of my healing potion. Now, I'd like some healing potion, please. How much does that bring me up to?
2d4 plus 2.
I also sent you a tell Dirt on what the goblins said and what you could actually recognize of all the gibberish. Okay, you want to go ahead and take a healing potion, right?
Yeah.